anything you want to say to all your fans?
I'm so tired.
So later this afternoon, my valiant husband is taking his son shopping for a prom tux rental. I think I'm going to stay home and weed the garden. But I'm enjoying this moment. Going for a walk with my neighbor and her dog and the dog she's dog sitting.
Hi, Haley. Do you like her?
Hi, sweetie. Oh, oh. No, bought a new one.
It's a new one?
Yep. I'm just leaving the hospital right now. I just had a checkup with my oncologist, and this cancer stuff is heavy. Oh God, sucks. It's heavy. So what do I want to tell you? Oh, just a few things that were different, that she said that were different than what she's, oh, I need to turn left here, than what she said to me in the past. One of them is that with the type of breast cancer that I have, which is hormone receptor positive, you know, they always say, like, if you get out 5 years from your, when you've been, I don't know, cancer-free, done with treatment, and you still don't have cancer, then your risk goes down. Well, today she said, with the type of cancer I had, or have, or had, I don't know, the risk actually goes up after 5 years. And it's funny, it's like, on one hand I think, oh, okay, that means for the next 5 years, I don't know, my first thought was like, phew, I mean, she made it sound like the risk isn't that big in the first 5 years, but it goes up after. And, so my first thought was like, oh, that's good news. That means that, like, I can rest easy for 5 years. Like, I'm going to live 5 years. That was my first thought. Yay! I mean, it's not, obviously it's not definite, but that was, like, where my mind went. Like, I'm going to live for 5 years. I get 5 years. And then it hit me, like, and then I have to be worried. I don't get to get through 5 years and then feel like, yes, I'm probably going to be all right. It's the other way around. So I felt like all of my emotional, like, armor, sort of walls that I've built around this, like, how I'm going to get through this thing, suddenly it's like the enemy moved, and I had all this stuff, this guard stuff on the left, and the enemy moved over to the right, and I felt completely unguarded and vulnerable. And I just have to, like, sort of reorient myself to that. It's weird. So that was one thing. And then another thing is, so I'm supposed to take this drug tamoxifen for 5 years, which basically puts me in menopause, but maybe not necessarily. Like, I'm not having a menstrual cycle, but I might not be in menopause. I guess menopause, that means that, I guess what they mean by that is that it might actually my menstrual cycle might start up again if I stop using the drug. And anyway, there's a drug that they give people who get this kind of cancer, but they're already post-menopausal. and she wants me to take that drug. It's called, well, I don't know, there's more than one drug, but the class of the type is called an aromatase inhibitor, and she wants me to, once I'm past menopause, to be taking an aromatase inhibitor. And before she suggested it as something, you know, like it was, and now she's saying, oh, you're going to be on an aromatase inhibitor, there's no question. And she had this bug eye look when she said it, and I was like, okay. And then she talked about the statistics and how you know, how it actually is showing an advantage, and I just said, all right, I'll you know what, I'll look at that question when we get there, because we're talking about something that I won't have to think about for at least 5 years. So, but originally, I had been hopeful that like there might come a time in my life where I get to put this whole cancer thing behind me and like not be on any drugs and trust my body again. But apparently that's not going to be the case. She's got something stuck on her ear. I just turned this camera on for a minute because I wanted to fill you in. I got a call on my drive home from my doctor's appointment today saying that my blood counts are too low for me to get chemo tomorrow. My white blood count is too low. It's just really surprising because I feel great. Actually, I guess it's when your red blood count is low that you don't feel so great, because that's what carries the oxygen around your blood. But, so I can't get chemo tomorrow. So tomorrow's Tuesday. Instead, actually, I'm going to get the chemo on Friday. And the following week, I'll get it on Friday again, assuming my blood counts aren't too low. Bummer. And that's all that I have to report. Okay, bye. Except I'm working on this painting. Getting there. Say hello to YouTube.
Hi, Millie. Hi, YouTube.
Millie didn't even notice you. She's very excited about the ball I just gave her. I just thought maybe you'd be interested in what I'm eating tonight. Salad, which is some mixed greens. I chopped up some stems from broccoli, some onion, some carrot, some pepper, some tomato. I put in some sesame seeds, some kidney beans, some black beans. Celery? Oh, there's no celery. That would have been good in there. But I also made curry. It is coconut, tomato, yellow squash, Brussels sprout, broccoli, carrot, chickpea, corn, onion. Did I leave something out? I don't think so. That's delicious. Put in some basil and some cumin, some other spices. And I cooked rice, but I haven't eaten any of it. I'm not really that interested in it. I made it for the guys. And then after I eat, I'm gonna juice for tonight, for enough to eat some, drink some tomorrow and the next day too. Burdock, parsley stems, broccoli stems, carrots, kale, celery, dandelion greens, and I think I have a beet somewhere. And if it's really intense, I'll add some apple. But there you go, dinner. Okay, and there's some rhubarb from the garden, which doesn't have any plan yet, along with my headset. And that's the story of food for now.